The following segment is sponsored by The Value of Water. A water main breaks in the U.S. every 2 minutes. So it's understandable a new poll released in time for Infrastructure Week from the Value of Water campaign finds that ensuring reliable water services continues to be a top issue among Americans. Here to discuss poll findings and the current state of our nation's water systems is Christy. Welcome to the show, Christy.
Thank you very much for having me.
Of course. So what does the new data tell us about Americans' views on our water system? What are we seeing?
Yeah, so the Value of Water campaign conducts this national bipartisan poll each year to track voter outlooks on water issues. And what the data is telling us this year is that water is increasingly an important issue across the board, that it continues to be a bipartisan issue, and that voters are willing to invest a little bit more in water to ensure that their communities have access to safe and reliable water services. And in fact, 88% of voters across the country ranked water reliability as a top 3 voter issue, right alongside reducing inflation and building a stronger economy.
Wow. Okay. And Christy, what surprised you about polling data?
You know, I was surprised that water is such a bipartisan or really a nonpartisan issue. It's rare to see a single issue have such broad support across the country. And I think that is a reflection of the intrinsic value of water in our everyday lives. I was also surprised that despite concerns about affordability, voters are really willing to pay up to $50 more on their water bill per year to ensure that they do have access to that safe and reliable drinking water and wastewater service.
Wow. Okay. And what are the symptoms of our aging water system?
Well, America's water infrastructure is in some places 100 years old or even older. That means that water mains are breaking, as you mentioned, pipes are leaking, we're having trouble combating climate effects like stormwater and some localized flooding. And so that can have impacts on affordability. If your local water utility needs to spend a lot of its revenue on repairing or replacing pipes, that cost can be passed on to the ratepayer, and that's you and me. And that obviously has a negative impact on bottom line income in your household. There are also negative effects on businesses when there are service disruptions as a result of, leaking or breaking water mains. And what we found is that if we continue investing in water over the course of the next 10 or 20 years at the rates that we're currently investing, we can reduce that negative impact by about 46%, which would be awesome for our nation's economy.
Interesting. Okay, where can we go for more information?
You can visit our website. It's thevalueofwater.org, but I would really encourage your listeners to join the movement around the value of water by following us on X or on LinkedIn at the Value of Water campaign.
Yes, so important. Thank you for joining us today, Christy. Have a wonderful day.
Thanks for having me.